with the Roku. Hello, I'm Scott Hylton. Like and subscribe if you learn anything. It helps the channel, helps tell YouTube, hey, people like to watch this. So it's free. Just push the subscribe button and let them know. Hey, right now we're on a Roku. This is a Roku Ultra with 4K. This is not a 4K TV. It doesn't matter. Always get the 4K version of a streaming device because it gives you a little more kick in the processor. You know, it doesn't cost that much more. Just get it and it'll help you enjoy your experience. Right now we're on what to watch on Roku. Let's see what they've got. They recommend Tubi, a free channel. You can get, everyone should have Tubi. Little Masked Singers on Tubi. Chosen, it's through the 2023 season, it says. All right, Chosen, Old Henry, a lot of different things. Continue watching. We've been watching Veep on Max, Santa Clauses on Disney. I started to watch The Big Sleep and I realized I'd seen it about 6 months ago and I was like, oh, that's the one I've seen. It's on Max. Turner Classic Movies are on Max. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, we're wrapping up the final season. Prime Video, excellent, excellent, excellent show. If you have a Prime shipping account of any kind, you get Prime Video from Amazon free. So you get Prime Video app and you watch The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It's a very good show. The Expanse, one of the best sci-fi shows out there. Even the leading astrophysicists look at it and go, you know, they got a lot of the science right. They have to cheat a little bit with TV because, you know, if something drops, it's like in the movie Armageddon. If you drop a wrench in real space, it would fall. That's kind of boring. So it has to fall like this. You have to do a little, you have to kick it up a little bit. But in The Expanse, they do a lot of things right. And the astrophysicists are like, yeah, they got the anti-gravity right. They got, you would do this. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's that. Julia, we've been watching that. We just started that. And it's fun. It's a good show. It's about Julia Child and her starting her career on public broadcasting and how she got into it and everything, how she paid for it. You know, yeah, watching that part. But right at the beginning, like really, she paid a lot of money to get all that set up because public broadcasting back in the day was very cheap. A couple of chairs, a little backdrop, and that's it. And they talked back and forth to each other because it didn't cost any money. So for her to have a whole kitchen to do work and food and all that, that's expensive for public broadcasting. So how'd she do that? And it's very entertaining. And a couple of the stars from Frasier in it. That was cool to see. Fixer Upper is the mega hit. The Gaines, Chip and Joanna Gaines are huge on Discovery Channel. And Discovery, a lot of that content's on Max right now. And she's on Max now with her shows. And she is just huge on Discovery. Everyone, her Magnolia, she started the Magnolia Network on Discovery. Told them I want my own network. And they're like, okay, anything, yeah. And she picks her own shows to be on the network and different things. Gilded Age, oh my gosh, these crazy women on the Gilded Age. I'll sit there and watch a few with my wife. And I'm like, what is wrong with these women? They're all bitter and hateful to each other, and I'm just like, oh. But it's entertaining. I'll admit it's entertaining. Guys, if you have to sit down and watch it, it's like, okay, crazy. But my wife loves it, just loves it. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Sometimes my wife loves it, sometimes she doesn't. That's Larry David. He's the creator of Seinfeld. He kind of plays an offshoot of himself, and always the sad sack, something's always happening to him. There's always something that happened earlier that comes to play and hits him again and then twists around and he's in trouble. And by the end of the show, he's kind of out of luck. His wife's mad at him. His friends are mad at him. And he's like, it's not my fault. And some of it is his fault. But it's a funny show, kind of about nothing, kind of like Seinfeld. And he wrote Seinfeld, so he made the show about Seinfeld. And even people from Seinfeld have made guest appearances on the show. And he gets other actors and different people to make a guest appearance here and there. Because it's about Hollywood. It's about his life. It's a neat show. Stanley Tucci, excellent show on Max. Now with Stanley Tucci, you get cooking. cooking show from Italy, and he goes all over Italy searching for the history of food in Italy and the different cuisines. It's very interesting, very interesting. Life Below Zero is an interesting show. It's on Disney Plus. It's National Geographic. It's kind of a Discovery Plus type show. It's National Geographic, where they go into different lives of people up in the Arctic and Alaska, where it's just so damn cold, just cold. And you're like, why are you living there? And they're just showing their life. You know, the people living like they used to live off the land back in the day. Some of them have snowmobiles, some of them have dog sleds. Just freezing. One lady ran out of fuel and she's up there way up north. You're like, why would you be that far up north? You know, you're at the peak of Alaska and you're out of fuel. They're trying to get a plane in with fuel. And if it snows or the weather's bad, you're not getting the fuel. I was like, oh my gosh. Barry, Max again. Yeah, we watch a lot of Max for some reason, right? HBO, Barry, Bill Hader, who was from Saturday Night Live. Great show. Funny. Kind of serious funny. He plays a guy that's a murderer. He's an assassin. He wants to get into acting. He wants to be a good guy. And it kind of goes on from there. The Get Back from a special on how they did the final album that the Beatles did. And Peter Jackson, who did Lord of the Rings, is doing all this and using technology that would later give us the song Now and There, the new Beatles song, which was just 10 years ago. They couldn't even get John's voice from it was a cassette tape he had made. They couldn't separate his voice, and Peter Jackson was like, they're like, how did you get our voices so great on this? He's like, well, you know, computers and things have come a long way. He's telling to Paul McCartney, and he's like, well, Paul's like, well, we've got one more song from John. And it's how Peter Jackson separated that song for them so they could record now and there, isn't it? Now and then. Okay. But it's the neatest scene where Paul is just strumming away and literally creates a song we all know out of nowhere. And you're like, that's it. He's almost got the words. He's almost got it. He's almost got it. And then he has it. And you're like, oh my gosh, he just got it out of the air, because they're trying to create an entire album while they're sitting there getting recorded by these guys and just coming up with songs. And Paul creates this song that you know, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Loki was pretty good on Disney this time. Only Murders in the Building, season 3, we're on that. Cloud's Daughters, didn't watch that. Sometimes when you watch something and it continues into the next show, yeah, you get stuff. Got a little Ed Sheeran, Log Cabin. My wife liked that. What was that on? Roku channel. She watched that. Martha's on the Roku channel. That just must have started by itself. Terminal List is Amazon. Power. I started watching that. I didn't really get into it. The Boys is amazing. My wife hates it. Too violent, too much weird stuff, too much cussing, too much everything. And I love it. And the new show Gen V is an offshoot of that. The Boys is Diabolical. I watched a little bit of that. That was the animated version. Veep, back there. Movies and trailers. It's great to see trailers for all your new movies coming out. Argyle looks really good. You're looking at Henry Cavill and Dua Lipa doing Bond, kind of. But then it turns out to be about a lady that writes these stories. So he's just playing the character that we see in the vision. So it's neat. Fawsome is a free service. You can get all this stuff on Fawsome on your Roku. My wife's save list, Wolfpack, save that, yeah. Will Trent, it's a good show, good show. It's ABC, so it's on Hulu. My wife watches Simon's Cat. You can find them on YouTube. It's a fun little animation. We watched Operation Fortune. Peacock, his stuff on Peacock. If you want to get Peacock for a month or two, I don't consider Peacock a great service, but if you're stuck and you don't have an antenna, get Peacock and you can watch your NBC shows. La Brera's coming back, I think, in February, something like that. If you never saw Downton Abbey, you can see that. movies, TV. Poker Face is excellent. Got to see Poker Face. Young Rock, we enjoyed that. Based on a true story, was good. House of the Kardashians, all the Kardashian stuff is just so popular. Favorite stars. You can, Black Friday deals, $2.99 for Max. That's a good deal. A lot of these things, Peacock, $2.99. Paramount, everyone's got deals Black Friday. So if you want to subscribe to several things during the holidays, that's the way to go. Teen stuff. Godzilla vs. Kong movie. Max subscription. Oh, Max stuff. There's Christmas Story, classic. Just a little dollar sign, that means you're still renting or buying. Roku, okay. Now, Good Burger 2 is on Paramount right now. Oppenheimer's still a rent and buy. You can watch a fireplace on your TV. There you go. Turn it on Roku. There's Disney stuff. Deadpool's on Disney, yes. Lock the kids up. Put the parental controls on. Frozen 2's on Disney. That's a must-see. Elemental was very good. Dancing with the Stars from ABC, since Disney owns Hulu, and they're going to merge it into Disney eventually. But they've already got ABC's Dancing with the Stars on there. Peanuts, a lot of Peanuts contents on Apple TV, actually. Coco, Santa Claus, Nightmare Before Christmas, sing-along. Oh, boy. Free Guy is on Disney now. It was on Netflix, I think. Guardians, Disney. Moana, very popular still on Disney. Between Frozen and Moana, they're like huge hits on Disney Plus streaming services. Kids watch stuff over and over. First time a little girl saw Mary Poppins. First, she didn't want to watch it because it wasn't a cartoon. So I had to fast forward to the dancing penguins, show her that, then go back to the beginning and say, okay, see, it's for you. Watch it. And she watched it, and every day I came home from work, she's watching Mary Poppins for a whole week, every day. Your childhood is on Disney Plus. Inside Out, there's the big one. Frozen, Zootopia, great. Mrs. Doubtfire, Home Alone. Goosebumps, my wife's enjoying Goosebumps. Spider-Man Far From Home is there, Homecoming is there. Avatar, The Way of Water. Bluey is a big hit with the kids. Tubi's got all these. Featured apps, whatever they are. Tubi. Hollywood Musical, Tubi, promotes in Tubi. Here's Sue Thomas FBI's on Prime Video. Suits on Prime, 9 seasons, included with Prime subscription. There you go. You can find it on Netflix now and Paramount, I believe, or Peacock, maybe Peacock. But it's huge now. Everyone's blowing up over Suits. They missed it when it was on, I think, USA Network. They're like, this is such a great show. And everyone's watching. Cocaine Bear, guilty pleasure. I liked it. I thought it was funny. My wife said that was stupid. I said, yeah, that's why it was so good. House is an excellent show. Invincible. Reacher is a great TV show. I loved it. American Horror Story, always popular. Now we got Roku channel again. Oh boy. Roku channel, Tubi, ESPN. These are some of the apps you can get on. You want sports, you want news. I like Haystack News. I love it because you can program. You get into settings and you tell them, yeah, I want some CNN, I want a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And when you play it, it plays those things you liked. And I was like, oh, Major League Baseball, NBA, get subscriptions and watch your sports. NBC Sports, watch NBC Sports. Watch stuff. Some of this stuff's free. Roku has Holiday. Cowboy Way, that looks like a documentary, yeah, Alabama. That's not the movie. Martha Stewart again, LA Finest. Tubi, you can watch it. I saw some of it on Netflix. Music. There's Taylor Swift, Dare to Dream. Little Women Atlanta reality show. Roku again. They're promoting their own stuff a lot. There we're back to V. So what to watch is right below home. And there you go. So what are you going to watch on Roku? Everything. Everything's on the Roku. So I would highly recommend, if you're going to get into streaming, you can start with your smart TV, if you have a smart TV, and get Netflix, watch a little YouTube, get stuff. But if the experience is a little slow and you're like, you know, I want it nice and easy, like my Roku here. Like my friend Scott showed me, look how you add it, you got your YouTube, you push your little star icon, move app, remove app. You can add app that way. Move app. Move it over, push the middle button. You're done. Now in this house, move app to top. And now it's back where it was. Cool. In this house, I have an Apple TV device here and a Roku device here. My wife uses the Roku. It's simple. She loves it. She thinks the remote on my Apple TV is a little too quick and it jumps around too much. But I like the Apple TV. I'm fine with it. I've got my remote over here. She's got her remote over there. She reaches for it. She watches her shows in the order she wants. And if she was the last one on the app, it usually goes to her. So she can just click and go. Boom. It's not two choices of two different settings. It's just her and you hit it. She doesn't have to move it over. And if something goes wrong, and we always pick on Hulu because it had the history of being wrong all the time because she watches General Hospital before we had the Tubi. I mean, not the Tubi, tablet, which records stuff off our antenna. But if Hulu acted up and she couldn't watch her General Hospital when she came home from work, she would switch to the Apple TV and watch the Hulu on that. And usually that trick would work. And in a day or two, this would just start working again. So it's good having two different devices. I do the same thing. If something acted up on Apple or it wasn't available on Roku, she could watch it on Apple. There was a time for several months when HBO Max launched, Roku wanted more money to put it on the streaming service. And Max said no. And it was all the way until December and the second Wonder Woman movie came out. Boom, they settled their differences and Max became available on Roku. But for several months, it wasn't there, and we had Max. So you had to watch it on the Apple. So it's good having two different ones. It's good having two different remotes. She can do her thing, I can do my thing. And it just works that way. And we still have to use our TV remote. Sometimes you can just click on it, and you're home, and you're good. And it opens up the TV, it starts the TV. You know, if you don't have cable, plug the Roku into HDMI 1, and sometimes 1 will start the TV and do all that for you, okay? And then put the husband's, whatever he's using, on number 2, and then that'll work out. But you can use your TV remote. It says source or input, hit it, and you can find which HDMI you're on, or if you're on TV, you can go back to TV and watch your antenna. But you could go back and forth. And if you're on Roku's 1, you just go to source number 1, and it goes to the Roku. Source number 2, it goes to the Apple TV for me. So that works out really well. And then we've got a sound bar plugged in, so we get better voices. That's where we're pushing the voices, so we can hear what people are saying. But you can rewind things with these things, and that's what's so beautiful about on-demand streaming. Someone says something, you say, "What did he say?" And on the Apple TV, I can say, "What did you say?" And usually the closed caption will pop up and it'll show me what they said. And sometimes on this, it'll do that. It depends on which app it is. But yes, definitely recommend it. Definitely a Roku is most people's Christmas wish list, or on anyone's wish list. So like, subscribe. If you learned anything, and don't hit that volume button with the speaker on. It doesn't like that. Have a good day.